Hello friends, my name is BK Kollapre. We have seen principal stresses and principal planes. So here this is the formula to find out what is the angle made by the principal plane. Tan 2 theta is equal to 2q by sigma 1 minus sigma 2, and the value of the principal stresses is given by sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2 plus or minus sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 whole square plus q square. Now sigma 1 is plus sign and P2 is with the minus sign. Major principal stress and minor principal stress. Let us take an example and we'll find out for a system of forces where is the principal plane and what are the principal stresses acting on those plane. Suppose if I take this as 100 Newton per mm square, 100 Newton per mm square, and if I take stress in other direction, in y direction, if this stress is say 50 Newton per mm square, 50 Newton per mm square, and if this is subjected to, see it is anti-clockwise on this phase and it is clockwise on other phase. If I take this as x phase, so here these are the stress system acting, and this shear stress if I take it as 60 Newton per mm square. So you will have to find out a plane on which there are only principal stresses, no shear stress should be acting on that plane. So such a plane is given by this formula. So let us find out the values here. So we will take the data what is given. Sigma 1 is 100 Newton per mm square. It is positive because it is tensile. And sigma 2 is given by 50. This is again tensile in nature, so it is positive. Q on the x phase it is giving anti-clockwise rotation, so we take it as positive, so Q will be equal to 60 Newton per mm square. Now here we will find out first the angle made by principal plane. See, it is principal main plane, and this is given by tan 2 theta is equal to q divided by sigma 1 minus sigma 2. Suppose if I substitute the value, q value is 60 divided by 100 minus 50. So if you simplify for this, you get 2 theta will be equal to 67.38 degrees. So we need theta, so this will be equal to 33.69 degrees. So there will be two planes perpendicular to each other. So this is theta 1. So the second plane will be theta 2 will be equal to theta 1 plus 90 degree. So if this is one plane and 90 degree, it will be the other plane. So this will be equal to 33.69 plus 90. So this will be equal to 123.69 degrees. So there are two planes making an angle of theta 1 and theta 2. Now we will go for the principal stresses. So P1 comma 2. So this is given by sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2 plus or minus under root sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 whole square plus q square. If I substitute the values here, it will be 100 plus 50 divided by 2 plus or minus root of 100 minus 50 divided by 2 whole square plus 60 square. So if you simplify this, you get 75 plus or minus 65. So this part is 75, this part is 65. So we have got two values here of P1 and P2. One is with the plus sign, the other one is with the minus sign. So P1 will be equal to 75 plus 65. So this value will be equal to 140 Newton per mm square. This is positive, so it is tensile in nature, and P2 is given by 75 minus 65, so this is equal to 10 Newton per mm square. This is again positive, means it is in tension. So we come across one more term, what will be called as maximum shear stress. There is a plane where there is only maximum shear stress, we call it as Q max, and this value of Q max is given by P1 minus P2 divided by 2. So here P1 is 140 minus 10 divided by 2. So this will be equal to minus or plus. If I take minus or plus, it will be minus or plus 65 Newton per mm square. We get the plane of maximum shear stress, and this maximum shear stress always acts at an angle of 45 degrees with major principal plane. That means if theta 1 dash, if I take as angle made by the maximum shear stress, so this will be equal to theta 1 is 33.69 plus it will be theta 1 plus 45, because 45 is the angle that it is making with the major principal stress, and major principal stress is making an angle of 31. We have got it as 33.69 plus 45. So this will be equal to 78.69 degrees. Similarly, we will find out another plane, because there should be two planes. See theta 2 dash. So this will be equal to theta 1 dash plus 90 degrees. So it should be on the another plane making an angle of 90 degrees. So this will be equal to 78.69 plus 90 degrees. So this value will be equal to 168.89 degrees. So like this we have found out P1, P2, Qmax and the planes on which they will be acting. Now here you will have to decide, we have taken this value as minus or plus. So you will have to decide whether it is positive or negative. We have seen a formula for the maximum sigma t. We have used the formula tangential stress. This is given by minus sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2 sine 2 theta plus q cos 2 theta. We have seen this value. Suppose if I substitute theta 1 value in this, so you get this is equal to minus 100 minus 50 divided by 2 sine of 2 into theta 1, and the value of theta 1 here is theta 1 dash, theta 2 dash. So that value of theta 1 dash is here 78.69 sine 2 theta 1 dash plus q, the value of q what we have taken is 60 into cos of 2 into theta 1 dash. Theta 1 dash is again 78.619. If you simplify this, you get the value of q max is equal to minus 65 Newton per mm square. You get the value as minus 65 Newton per mm. See, we have seen either plus or minus. If I simplify, we are getting it as minus 65 Newton per mm square. Minus here means it will not be anti-clockwise. We take anti-clockwise on the x face as positive. It is getting negative, so it will be acting in the clockwise direction. Suppose if I want to plot these values on the planes, so we have found out theta 1, theta 2, theta 1 dash, theta 2 dash, P1, P2 and Q max. Suppose if I take this rectangle, so this is my x face on which we are seeing 100 Newton per mm square. So I will draw a plane which is making an angle of theta 1, and we have got theta 1 is equal to 33.69 degrees. On this plane we are seeing the major principal stress P1 which is equal to 140 Newton per mm square. It is tensile. There is another plane making an angle of plus 90 degrees. So this plane is known as the plane of minor plane. So this is the angle. If I draw a perpendicular here, if I join these planes, now this is a plane, another plane on which you find P2, acting is equal to 10 Newton per mm square. It is tensile in nature. So this plane is theta 1 and the other plane will be, suppose if I take this, so this angle which it is making will be equal to theta 1 plus 90 degrees. So this will give the plane on which there are only major and minor principal stress. If I take another diagram, now this plane is x plane, and on this plane we see the maximum shear stress acting, and it is acting at an angle of theta 1 dash, and we have seen theta 1 dash is equal to 78.69, and there will be another plane here theta 1 plus 90 degrees. So these are the two planes. These planes will be subjected to maximum shear. We have seen the maximum shear stress acting is 65 Newton per mm square. Just now we have, yes, this one, but we have got it as negative sign. See, if it is anti-clockwise on this face, it will be positive. Since it is negative on these two faces, they will be acting as clockwise. So this and this. So these are the Q max, and whose value is 65 Newton per mm square. So this will show the principal plane, principal stresses, and this will show the maximum shear. Or you can combine both the figures into a single figure. Let me show that single figure in which you will be showing all the principal stresses and the shear stresses. Suppose this is my x plane. So this is the plane on which we are having an angle theta whose value is equal to 33.69. This is subjected to major principal stress P1, which is equal to 140 Newton per mm square. There is another plane making an angle of 90 degrees here. This is also subjected to minor principal strain 10 Newton per mm square. There is another plane here plus 45 degrees. So this will be totally theta 1 dash. So theta 1 dash is theta plus 45. On this plane there is a shear stress acting, and this shear stress is acting like this. So this is Q max, and this will be equal to 65 Newton per mm square. So this will show the combination of principal stresses, principal plane, shear stresses and shear plane. Shear, you always remember, it is at an angle of 45 degrees with the major principal plane. So this is one type of problem which you come across. We have drawn this analytically. Same problem if I attempt graphically by drawing Mohr circle diagram. So if I go for Mohr circle diagram, just roughly I will be drawing a circle here. This will come later. Now to begin with, let us consider an origin here. From O, plot sigma 1. Sigma 1 here given to you is 100 Newton per mm square. So from O to A, draw a line. This will represent your sigma 1. That is 100 Newton per mm square. You take some scale and plot this. There will be another point here, B, and this OB will represent sigma 2. These are the normal stresses. In addition, there is a shear stress acting, and the shear stress acting here is 60 Newton per mm square. It is causing anti-clockwise rotation. So anti means positive. Whenever it is positive, here the line should go down. So this will represent Q is equal to 60 Newton per mm square. This is 100 Newton per mm square. This is 50 Newton per mm square. Now with AB, here a line is drawn Q. So similarly at B, draw a line. This line will again represent the shear force Q. There are shear forces on this face as well as on the other face. So here, if I call this as a C and D, then with CD, join CD, you get a center here. Suppose if I call it as E, with E as the center and radius of DE and DC, you draw a circle. Now you get a circle here. This circle is known as a Morse circle. Now our interest is to find out major principal stress and minor principal stress. So what you do, from here to here, this distance, if you measure, you will get the major principal stress. And suppose if I call this as C, D, E, F and G, this OF will represent P1 and OG will represent the minor principal stresses. And the plane on which it will be acting will be, this is alpha. If I call this is 2 theta 1, this will be 2 theta 1. So this is the plane on which the major principal stress will be acting. If you measure this angle, what you get will be twice of this one. So this will be 70. So we have written just now, that will be the angle made by this. So this is how you will have to draw the diagram. This is known as the Morse circle. This is a Morse circle. Commonly asked is by analytical method, you will have to draw this sketch. If they ask graphically, then you will have to look at the point OA, OB, then this should be down because it is positive, then this should go up, join them, this is the center, with this as a radius, you draw a circle. So it will be bisecting here at P1 and it will be bisecting here as P2. Now if you want to locate the maximum shear stress, so maximum shear stress is at an angle of tan theta 1 dash is equal to theta 1 plus 45 degrees. So you have got already theta 1. So if you add 45 plus 2, you get this value as 2 theta 1 dash. 2 theta 1 dash. So like this, there are two planes. These are first planes and there will be second plane 2 theta 2 plus 180. So this will give 2 theta 2. Likewise 2 theta 2 dash, if I go on measuring from here to this line, this angle will be 2 theta 2 dash. So 2 theta 1 plus 180 degree, 2 theta 1 dash plus 180 degree. So these are the angles which the principal planes and maximum shear stress are being. So this is one type of problem wherein all the values are positive because they are tensile and anticlockwise shear. Please subscribe the video for more channels. Comment the questions in the comment section. Thank you.